Your money. Brought to you by the Welch Group.
Moving now to money, mortgage rates have been up and down, making homeowners ask, should I refinance? 48's Haley Baker spoke to a financial advisor with the Welch Group for help.
Yeah, whether you're looking to lower your monthly payments or maybe tap into your home's equity, refinancing can be smart. So we have financial advisor Jay McGowan from the Welch Group. So this is a good idea if the price is right or the rates are right. So what do you advise our viewers to look for when they do want to refinance?
Some of the common reasons people do refinance obviously is, rates in the overall economy drop, or you have a change in your credit score that allows you to get access to a better rate. Right. Maybe you're in a variable rate loan, where over a 7-year period it's fixed and then it changes. Maybe you want to switch to a fixed rate loan for a longer period of time.
Right. You
want to get, like you mentioned, if you want to get some money out of your house, so if you have equity in your home and you want to get access to that cash, you can refinance. And then a lot of times people do it to eliminate PMI, so private mortgage insurance. If you get into a loan and you don't put enough money down on the front end, that can be great for first-time home buyers and people in that situation. But a lot of times you don't want to pay that as long as you can. So you have more equity in your home, you may want to refinance to get away from that. So there's a general rule of thumb out there that if rates drop 1% or more from where your current rate is, then that can be a good time to think about refinancing. With the 10-year Treasury kind of moving a little bit recently, we're starting to see, there may be some potential for rates to come down a little bit in the future. So keep an eye on that. Okay. But that's not the only thing you need to consider. There's other factors in your decision. So one of them, the big one, is how long do you plan to stay in the house? Okay. There are obviously costs associated with refinancing your house.
It has to be worth it.
It has to be worth it. So let me give you an example. I think an example would probably illustrate that best. So let's say somebody has a $300,000 30-year mortgage, okay, and their current interest rate is 7.5%. Their monthly principal and interest payments are going to be about $2,100 a month. Let's say that now rates are down to 5.5%, or they're not currently, but if they get down to 5.5%, you decide to refinance. Now your monthly payment is $1,700 a month, principal and interest. So there's $400 in savings there. But if it costs $12,000 to close and do all this stuff, well, then that's going to take about 30 months, 2.5 years for you to recoup those closing costs. So you need to be sure that you're going to be in the house.
So good advice.
Yeah, and that's one thing too I wanted to mention too was if you see rates coming down, don't get greedy. So what I mean by that is, a couple years ago we were in the environment where you had 3.5% mortgage rates. I don't personally think that that's going to happen anytime soon. I'm not saying it won't ever happen again, but if you're at a 7.5% mortgage and rates get down to 5.5%, you may want to go ahead and take advantage of that as opposed to waiting on something that may not come. And in fact, inflation, if it ticks back up, rates could go back up as well.
So even 1% drop would be maybe worth it if you're going to stay in the house long term.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think looking at it at that point for sure is a good place to start. Yeah.
All right. Good stuff. Thank you so much. Yeah. And next week, Jay will be back. He'll be talking about a growing concern, that's home title fraud and how to protect yourself. So be sure to tune in right here next Tuesday on 48 News at 4.
Grab your